Hey everybody, this is Tool Dude Tony. I'd like to welcome you to another episode of How to Fix Shit 101. On today's episode, we're going to take a look at this Chicago Electric outdoor 1.5 peak horsepower electric pole saw by Harbor Freight. We're going to unbox this bad boy, cut a few logs, and let you know what my impressions are of this thing. So this should be fun. Check it out. Okay guys, so this is the Harbor Freight 1.5 peak horsepower electric pole saw. It's supposed to have a range up to about 9 feet, which is pretty good. And then if you stand on a ladder, which I don't recommend because that's probably not really safe, you could probably go a lot higher than that. But I have a jungle to clear, and I think this is the bad boy that's going to help me take care of that. So let's get this thing unboxed and run it through some tests, and then we'll let you know what I think about it later on. Okay, that's it out of the box. So this thing comes with instructions. Might actually look at those this time. Right. Okay, so in this cardboard pack was a blade guard for when you store it, an Oregon chain, that's a good brand, so that's probably a good sign, and then the bar itself, which also is Oregon branded. So this may have an opportunity to last a while. Yeah, it's got your pivot on here that looks pretty normal. This seems to be a fairly lightweight chainsaw, but not bad. This is the operating end down here. This is where we're going to need to attach the bar, and it has a reservoir for oil. Yeah, let's go ahead and put this thing together. I'm going to use this Allen wrench that came with it to take this side guard off. There's a little bolt that's going to hold this whole thing together, so we don't want to lose that. So I'm going to set that here inside the cover. Set this aside for now. But the first thing I'm going to do is get the chain out of the bag. To put it in, I'm going to go ahead and wrap the chain around the bar, making sure that the teeth are pointed in a way that will actually cut the wood as opposed to just burning it with the back of the chain. Make sure the chain's in the groove. We go ahead and put it around the chain around the cog here. And then I'm going to try and get the bar to go over that little bump that sticks out on the tensioner right there. Okay, this is a little loose right now. It's kind of sloppy here. I'm going to go ahead and tighten it up a little bit. Now that's still too loose, but that's good enough for right now. Put the cover back on. I'm going to kind of hold it in place while I put the cover back. Tighten the bolt. Okay, it's still pretty loose, which is okay. I'm going to go ahead and tighten this down so it's not really tight, but a little bit snug. Alright, so we got to put some more tension on this bar so that the chain's not so sloppy. So I'm just going to use this screwdriver that came with it and tighten it up a little bit. Okay, you want to tighten it up so that the chain just is liftable, but so you can't see you're just getting right to the edge of the little point that sticks in the bar. That should be good enough. Then we'll go ahead and tighten this up. Make sure it's good and tight. That's good. Okay, now I'm going to put some real bar and chain lube. You can buy this any place. It's pretty cheap. You can buy it by the quart. You can buy it by this is a gallons. I've had this one for years, man. This will last forever. So I'm just going to go ahead and fill up this reservoir, get rid of this little happy label, with the oil. If you have a funnel, use it. This is a little tiny hole here. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and clean off this oil that I kind of got all over this thing. Make sure it's all nice and pretty again. Now, this end, it's time to plug it in and see if it works. All right, so when you're going to do this, I recommend that you just tie a little knot in your cord so it doesn't come apart while you're up on the while you're using it. So just tie it together, hook it up. This should be good to go. There's a safety on the side here. Push the safety button. Let's put this bitch in the trees and do some damage, eh? Okay, before you start using this, consider wearing a pair of leather gloves, some safety gloves, and also always protect your eyes. You only have one set, always wear your safety goggles. Wanted to point out that they've also provided a bar fluid level on this other side here. You want to take a look at that, make sure that you always run it above minimum. Check it every 10 minutes while you're cutting away, because you don't want to run out of oil or you'll ruin this thing. Okay, now this does telescope, so if you loosen up on this green thing and pull it out, you can get some real length on it. Tighten it down and okay, tighten it up good. It should stay. Yep. It does. Sweet. See those two stubs there? That eye off the ground. Okay, we cheated. We were on a ladder, but look at how high up we got with that thing. Okay guys, now here's those branches we cut off of that tree up there. This is, I'm gonna say about 7 inches. We just let the weight of the saw push through it. We took our time with it. It still didn't take much time though. It cut right through. This is actually a pretty damn good little electric chainsaw. I definitely recommend this. But, so, I got this on sale for $89 and then another 20% off of that. So I think this is one hell of a deal, guys. I recommend you get one. But once again, this is the Harbor Freight 1.5 horsepower electric pole saw. Okay, so this is Tool Dude Tony. I'd like to thank you for watching this episode on How to Fix Shit 101. I hope you liked it. This is again the Harbor Freight pole saw, and I'm gonna go cut me some wood. Catch y'all later. Tool Dude, out of here. Okay, so I think you guys, alright, if you've ever had the opportunity to use one of those manual pole cutters, you're doing this shit, and it never seems to get the job done. Well, I just cleaned out a whole crap load of branches with this thing in like no time at all. So now the biggest deal I've got is to get my branches cleaned up.